So as I was continuing my search in exploring and trying to prove to myself my own Christian theology with the scriptures, I came across many disturbing verses. And the reason why I say they were disturbing is because they pointed me into a different direction than what my Christian pastors were leading me into. I remember one such pastor when I was younger. I was a teenager, probably about 16 years old. I asked him one simple question because I was reading the Old Testament at the time, and I was going through the commandments, and you come across things like, you shall keep the Sabbath holy. You shall keep the seventh day Sabbath, and keep it holy. 6 days you shall work, but on the seventh day you shall rest. Because 6 days God created the earth, and on the seventh day he rested. And so I asked my pastor at the time, when I was 16 years old or so, what about this? How come we don't do this any longer? He said, oh, you don't have to worry about any of that. That's Old Testament. It's passed away. And that was the only explanation that I got, that I received at the time for that. And being so young and inexperienced in life matters in general, far less biblical matters, I said to myself, well, he's the pastor. I trust him, he knows. And I went on about my life. Of course, years later, I would come across verses like, Matthew 23, verses 1, 2, 3, and 4, which talk about obeying what the Pharisees say and not doing what they do. So as I began to transform my faith and keeping the Sabbath, I came across another interesting piece, which is the Trinity. And always when I was younger, what divulges into the understanding of it is, well, it's just a mystery and nobody can understand it. But when you read through the Old Testament, it doesn't read as though you're serving a God that cannot be understood, nor a God that cannot be touched by your infirmities, but quite the opposite. And this is when we come to scripture in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4. Hear, O Israel, that Jehovah our God is one Lord. So he's one. And then you have this sort of typology repeated in the New Testament, with Christ is saying, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. Have I been with you so long that you still don't understand? That if you've seen me, that you've seen the Father? And then when you read John, the first chapter of John, it says it explicitly, that the Word was with God, and that the Word was God, and that the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. And so now who else is he referring to other than Jesus himself? So Jehovah, God, stepped out of heaven into flesh and became a man and dwelt among us. And that is the easiest explanation that disbands the heretical and pagan Trinity in its entirety in just a few verses. So there's no need to jump through theological gymnastics trying to prove a doctrine that is inherently false. All you have to do is read just a couple of scriptures to come away with the truth that God is one God.